Cats and cubes and cats and cubes and cats and cubes.
This is an ice cream and cola spooter, and this is Spooter Man, and this is Spooter Man drinking a spooter. And this is Erno Rubik, inventor, architect and professor. He was born in Budapest, Hungary on the 13th of July, 1944. Thankfully, he's still with us now in 2023. Rubik became famous with a puzzle now commonly referred to as the Rubik's Cube, and other puzzles such as the Rubik's Magic and Rubik's Snake Twist. Rubik studied sculpture at the Academy of Applied Arts and Design in Budapest, where as a professor, he pursued his hobby of building geometric models. One of these was a prototype of his cube. In March of 1975, Rubik approached Polytechnica, which made plastic chess sets and similar games to produce his cube puzzle. By late 1977, Polytechnica, now renamed Polytoys, could now supply Trial, the major toy distributor in Hungary. Trial made an initial order of 5,000 Magic Cubes, as they were initially named, and anticipated advertising would be required to sell them, but instead the problem was providing enough Polytoy Magic Cubes to meet the demand. The Magic Cube became very popular and received a lot of recognition, winning a prize at Budapest International Toy Fair in 1978, which led to a lot of foreign orders. At the end of 1979, Ideal, a major US and international toy firm best known for introducing the teddy bear, took over the distribution rights from Trial and provided for most of the Western world. They planned to call it the Gordian Knot, but changed their minds before release, naming the puzzle Rubik's Cube as a tribute to its inventor. And in mid-1980, Ideal released a new version of the Rubik's Cube and sold 4.5 million cubes by the end of the year. That's just in the US alone. So after all that, what was the first brand of 3x3 twist puzzle? Would you say A, Polytechnica, B, Ideal, C, Rubik's Brand Limited, or D, Spooderman? To help find the answer, I thought we'd have a look at the original ads. Here's the original Polytoys ad, and here's some of the original Ideal TV ads.
There's never been a puzzle quite like Rubik's Cube, and America may never be the same. A medical journal has written about a unique phenomenon, Rubik's Thumb. A museum recognized it as a work of art. Rubik's Cube has been involved in divorce proceedings. People are practicing at clinics, entering contests, and competing across the country. Rubik's Cube from Ideal. 25 million Americans have made it a part of their lives. How about you?
Eastern Europe, the studio of a famous puzzle inventor.
So they want a puzzle that's harder than the original Rubik's Cube. Well, here's one they'll call Rubik's Revenge. This revenge is a masterpiece. Just being able to solve one side will be a real challenge. Two sides are almost impossible. And all six will be the ultimate revenge.
Rubik's Revenge, sent to you with love from Ideal.
Bob and Jane are a wonderful couple. They do everything together, but it wasn't always that way. Bob had an obsession with Rubik's Cube, and Jane hardly saw him. Then, Jane got Rubik's Game. It's the original Rubik's Cube plus a new twist, a challenging two-player strategy game. Rubik's Game, it's as simple as connecting 3 in a row, but really challenging because the 6-sided board is always changing. Rubik's Game, it's a puzzle, it's a game, and it's from Ideal.
Too bad you can't do Rubik's Cube, Dad. I can.
Okay, big shot. Let's see how good you are at Rubik's Race.
It's Rubik's Race, where you race against your opponent to be the first to match the random color pattern in the scramble box. It's Rubik's Race. It's fast, crazy, speedy. It's Rubik's Race. It's swift, frantic, wild. It's Rubik's Race. Even a dad can win.
Sorry, Dad.
Sometimes. Rubik's Race from Ideal, the makers of Rubik's Cube.
Sir?
Yeah?
Please don't pick up Alexander Star.
Why?
Why? Because Alexander Star is a puzzle that'll drive you wacky, bomby, daffy, dotty, diffy, goofy, batty. Why? Because Alexander Star will make you go bonkers, crackers, even mad as a hatter. Why? Because once you pick up Alexander Star, you won't be able to put it down. Alexander Star from Ideal. Now, doesn't that look easy? Please don't pick up Alexander Star.
Why?
Okay, you've got your detective hats on? So we've looked at Polytoys, Trial, Polytechnica and Ideal. Polytechnica became Polytoys but had already released a cube under the Polytechnica name, so we can rule Polytoys out, and it's time to talk about Seven Towns, and in particular Tom Kremer. Seven Towns is a company founded by Tom Kremer in 1967 to design and license games. In February 1979 it was Tom Kremer that spotted the Magic Cube at Germany's Nuremberg Toy Fair. In September 1979 he licensed the right to the Magic Cube to Ideal Toys, who rebranded it as Rubik's Cubes and launched a worldwide craze by 1985. Once the hype was over, Tom's company Seven Towns quietly reacquired the worldwide rights to Rubik's Cube. In 1991 they began re-releasing the cube very gradually in selected key markets. So now I think it's out of Polytechnica, Ideal, Seven Towns and Trial. But what about the Rubik's Cube brand? In 2013 the cube puzzle became quite popular again, so Seven Towns made a division named Rubik's Brand Limited, which represent and control and administer all Rubik's copyright and trademark matters worldwide. So Rubik's wasn't a brand until 2013? Mind blown. The president of Rubik's brand is David Kremer, now acts as a director. He's the son of Tom Kremer. They are known for using their trademark to battle the many fakes. Still to this day, David Kremer is the largest shareholder in the company. So that's Seven Towns, but now we need to talk about Pentacle Puzzles, who acquired their rights in 1978, but didn't appear to have a Magic Cube on the market till 1980. So let's have a look at the timeline. We've got Polytechnica clocking in at 1979 with the Magic Cube, Ideal from 1979 to 1980 with the Magic Cube and then rebranded to the Rubik's Cube, Cubes by Pentacle Puzzles released in 1980. Okay, we've gone too far forward, so now let's work out what's actually defined as a brand. Okay, this says a brand is an intangible marketing or business concept that helps people identify a company, product, or individual. It goes on to say people often confuse brands with things like logos, slogans, or other recognizable marks, which are marketing tools that help promote goods and services. It's so confusing, saying that a brand can be a company or product. Like in the case of a PlayStation 5, if somebody asked me what brand console I use, I'd say PlayStation, but it's owned by Sony, which itself is a brand of electronics. So I think that boils our question down to these possible answers, and I'm going to make the call that the first 3x3 twist puzzle was either Polytechnica or Magic Cube, because brand and product both brands, it could be either. Obviously the most recognizable brand was Rubik's, but yeah, the cube came out at 1980 and the Magic Cube had come out before that, and the company itself didn't start till 2013. I think the first internationally recognized puzzle was from Ideal and the Rubik's Cube, but I'll leave it to you to say what you think the answer is in the comments. I've been showing off this Vidaz Cocker because I've been thinking about opening it because apparently it's not as old as I originally thought it was. So comment if you'd like to see an unboxing, and thanks for watching this long video. Give it a thumbs up if you found it interesting, subscribe if you'd like to, and we'll see you next time on Cats and Cubes.